take a look. Was a blessing. He day up and leave was a blessing. A blessing. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes. When you leave was a blessing. A blessing. Hands up high. Winding low. Glad you're cool. They can never happy before. Hands up high. Winding low. Glad you're cool. I don't want to know more.
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WeFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so I had a good laugh there. So somebody on your WhatsApp said, "What you said? Big tune. I hope my ex listening to that song. It's a blessing. Listen, we ain't played this song to throw again anybody this morning, eh? But yes, it is a big tune." Oh Lord, y'all are amusing. All right, so the timer in SVG, it is 8:37, and we are back with you for another commentary segment on today's Activated Mornings program. In studio, you have Dianna, Cain, and myself, Roleza Samuel. All right, remember, it is an interactive program, and the number to call is 457-9997. That you can, that's a direct call as well as a WhatsApp call can be placed through that, and we're also live on Facebook and YouTube. All right, so happy that you're back with us, or at least you didn't go anywhere. All right, so before we get into this next topic, so yesterday Dianna asked a question: what childhood things did you believe? And I really did bust my brain. I was driving into Tonga thinking, I drive back home, I thinking. Last time when I plaited in my hair is when I figured out something. All right, so you know, like how so mommy wasn't the type of person who would buy like cereals for us, like box cereals, right? She would buy cornmeal and oats and that kind of thing, right? So when you get the box of cornflakes, you're feeling a little happy and that kind of thing, right? Because of course, you know, somebody sent stuff away from overseas, right? So you know, on the box they would have like the cornflakes with strawberries in them. My thought always was that the strawberries were inside of the cornflakes. Okay. And I was hugely disappointed when I realized that it wasn't that case. It wasn't as what was seen on TV. It wasn't what was seen on the box. And that was my first taste or my first education on false marketing. All right. So yes, Dianna, that was one thing that I remember. All right. So yes.
Okay then. Nice. We can let you in the club now.
Yes. I just barely reaching. All right, so we're going to head into another topic at this time. Wait, what are we doing the whole time? Sit down here, listen to music, and then go in. All right, so our topic is, are we seeing a surge in youth involvement in agriculture? All right, so I think it was last week, yes, the 27th of February, there was an article posted in St. Vincent Times, and I think I saw it was somewhere else, right? Well, it's an opinion piece by Kimani Weisman, and he said, the future of agriculture, why SVG must get its youth involved. All right. So it's somewhat lengthy. So you can, well, not very lengthy actually, but you can have a full read of it yourself. But he's making the point that agriculture is a business and it should be treated seriously like any other business. Agriculture is the backbone of the economy and could collapse in the future in St. Vincent and the Grenadines if more youths, I'm not sure if youth supposed to have a plural in it, but I'll double check that. If more youth do not get involved in this industry. If we were to take a look at the age of most farmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the vast majority of our farmers are old people. Who would feed the nation when all these farmers have gone to the great beyond? All right. So he's saying to make agriculture more attractive for the youth, we must start by making youth love and appreciate soil. All right. And then he's also saying agriculture science could be introduced as a subject to more secondary schools within the Kingston areas. If this would help to target more young people to get required skills and develop a passion to pursue more careers in the agriculture field. All right. he even came up with the suggestion, or he made a point of a suggestion of there being an app where we are integrating persons involved in farming with technology, or the use of technology in a sense, where persons who may have produce, etc., that there is an app where it is that they can have their quote unquote goods advertised, the quantities advertised, and persons can then make purchases through this app, right? So it's that integration of technology with something that is also very hands-on in terms of being involved in agriculture. So that was that article there by Kimani Wiseman, and he's saying that the future of agriculture in SVG and why we must get the youth involved. All right, so I thought that was an interesting read. Now, what we are seeing of late is that, there are many young persons who have been getting involved in agriculture and from the secondary school standpoint. All right. So I know, GHS and grammar school in particular, they do have an agriculture program now.
I was actually surprised to see that, I didn't know that high school was doing agricultural science. I was so surprised, like, high school? Okay.
I was happy. I was happy to see it. And, we always we thought of agriculture science as being a subject for the rural areas, right? I think Bishop's College, to the best of my memory, was the only town school that was doing agriculture science, and they were doing it for a very long time. I'm not sure if they still do it. In passing across there recently, I probably need to make a better observation. But I used to be happy when I would pass across there and see the children and the lands, and I think they had, was it chickens or something at one point?
Because I used to see those there.
Right. So I was very happy to see it. And, they had that program for a very long time as well. And, it was helping to let children know that there is absolutely nothing wrong with being involved in agriculture science.
Correct. I just want to commend those schools who originally were teaching agricultural science and doing that. So big up you are the originals. Proud of that. And kudos to those now coming on board and who will come on board. As I mentioned before, I was quite pleased with, still more work to be done, but I was still quite pleased with what I was seeing from the Ministry of Agriculture. And now that I'm seeing a lot of schools doing a lot of these things, I feel so proud of you children and your teachers. Yeah. Very proud.
So we see that grammar school, not necessarily that we're promoting the thing, but you have to give acknowledgement where acknowledgement is due, right? So the 6th and 7th of March, they have an agriculture program and they will be selling chicken at $7 a pound. All right, so their agriculture program, they have that happening. There is also at the GHS made a post last week saying it was their largest harvest ever. And congratulations to the agriculture science students. That money for the bountiful harvest of cucumbers. And it was some healthy looking cucumbers, right? Some real proper healthy looking cucumbers. All right, so the school was saying special thanks to Mr. Charles from the Ministry of Agriculture for his continuous support for all the cucumbers. For all of their cucumbers have been purchased. All right. So big up grammar school and high school there. Now, there is also another story. Let me get this pulled up very quickly. And this is in relation to the P.T. Bodell Secondary School.
We have a...
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Hello?
Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. Intermediate high school also have an agriculture program going on.
Ah, lovely.
They have a plot of land just above Murray Heights in the back of the school.
Okay. All right. So thanks for letting us know that. All right. So there's a story on Eyewitness News. So the P.T. Bodell Secondary School launched their potato chip brand. All right. So on the 15th of February, the agriculture science students in P.T. Bodell harvested sweet potatoes for the first time, but they found the idea of selling them by the heap rather boring. And I had a good chuckle. Yeah, I had a good chuckle when I read that part, right? So the fifth form students, Oran Williams, Lucine Bowens, Kelisha Williams, DeAndre Oliver and Kenron Pierre decided that the sweet potatoes could be marketed and sold differently, moving away from the traditional method of selling by the heap, sack, or pound. The students came up with the idea to create a product targeting their classmates and teachers. All right. So as a result, they started selling chips instead. And they also made the choice of involving or allowing the lower form students to participate in the food processing, which was to combat the dropout rates plaguing secondary schools. So the thinking is that teaching students such a valuable skill at a young age gives them the advantage if their education journey takes a turn for the worse.
These children are making me so proud.
Listen,
Look at them.
the reason why I chuckled, right, is, you know how I do have this thing of we are not utilizing or we're not at full capacity with our produce here in SVG, right? Many of our things go to waste. Many of our fruits, our veg go to waste. Yeah. And the fact that they thought, okay, so we're not just going to plant and reap this product, but we can also create a byproduct from it and selling the chips, you know, making and selling the chips. And I'm there like, people. Children.
Yes.
Hats off to you all, because that is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Now, the thing of it is that it doesn't mean that as the farmer, I also have to either sell my produce or I also have to try to find another way to create a byproduct from it. But if we create networks, if we have persons saying, okay, so I'm doing this part, you in this part, we can go a lot further. We can go significantly further, and we can avoid a lot of the spoilage and the wastage that is happening here. And to see that as children who said that they found it rather boring, listen, hats off to y'all.
Yeah, man, these children are amazing. Big up this generation. Come on, let's just keep on the positive path. Love it. And I love how they involve the other children as well. Come on now, Pito.
Yeah. And, you know, that's the thing is, I mean, not everything needs to be about money. I will say that. Not everything has to be about money. There has to be the love of doing things as well. Yeah. But we also need to be thinking a step up. All right, we have to be thinking a step up in terms of, you know, just, and the proceeds, the money actually goes back, I think, to the school's agriculture program. Let me see if I could find out very quickly. The students will grow their chips and use them to sell sweet. Okay. I was trying to see. I think it actually goes back to the school's program, but you could probably read the article. Oh, the project has a stable consumer base that stretches beyond the constituency and provides a monthly income towards the school's agricultural fund. All right. So you see, they don't have to be asking government to assist them for this or that, because they are being self-sufficient in this regard. All right. So commendations and congrats again to all the children. You know,
yeah, he said thinking outside the box, you know, need a label. I wonder if they have a label.
They probably do. I think
the picture looked as though they had a label.
Yeah, they probably do. And, you know, even packaging, you don't have to spend a whole heap of money on packaging either, because realistically, a lot of it just goes in the garbage anyways, but make it presentable, right? So hats off to those
somebody
students.
Could figure out a way. I'll probably go think when I go home to figure out a way to make packaging from things that can go back to the earth. We could probably
biodegradable.
We could probably figure out something like that. Maybe even figure out how to use the banana leaves or maybe the skin or something. People are geniuses, you know, could figure out probably how to package them using the very thing that they come in, so that, you know, you could utilize all of the products and of course be sustainable.
Yeah. All right. So hats off to all those students involved in agriculture science. All of us like to eat. We like to eat. And we got to find ways to, you know, be self-sufficient. So, yeah. All right. So head on.
Wait, before we go, Miss Samuel on the live said she thinks that Leroy Llewellyn was the first agricultural teacher at Bishop's College, Kingston.
Big up Leroy Llewellyn this morning. All right, Mr. Llewellyn, big up you. And I'm heading out.